Leading the effort to creating new and creative ways of providing education for our members is our Education Direction Committee under the leadership of Marcia Pinvidic. Marcia joined Sweet Adelines International in 1979. She has served at the chorus level in every capacity, from chapter president to choreographer. She is certified director and for over 15 years has directed 2 Sweet Adeline choruses and 1 Barbershop Harmony Society chorus. Her formal music training includes piano with the Royal Conservatory of Toronto and 2 years of voice lessons. Marcia was a member of the International Board of Directors for 8 years and served as international president from 2014 to 2016. She is a certified expression judge and served as judge specialist moderator and expression category specialist. Marcia lives in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, with her husband, Dennis. They have 2 sons and 4 grandchildren. Marcia brings a huge passion for education and the creation of world-class education programs to our Sweet Adelines members. Please welcome Marcia Pinvidic.
Hello. On behalf of the International Board of Directors, the Education Direction Committee, and the staff of Sweet Adelines, I'm pleased to welcome you to the inaugural Donor Appreciation event. We are all so grateful to you for your generous investment in the educational programs for our members. As we pointed out at the virtual convention, and all during the 75 years of Life on a High Note campaign, we have been focusing on the educational needs of the members of Sweet Adelines. The strategic plan put together by the Board of Directors was initiated based on the needs and the input from our members, and we have set priorities according to that. I'd like to bring you up to date on some of the programs that we're working on and tell you about our progress. First of all, the online education platform is being developed. We have appointed a task force to work on the online education. It's headed up by our immediate past international president, Patty Cobb-Baker. They're working in 2 phases, and the first phase, coming to completion now, is based on, again, the needs of our members, and also finding and investigating platforms, learning management systems that can hopefully work with our existing technology. They are doing a cost-benefit analysis of each one of those programs and will eventually make a recommendation to the board based on costs and staff requirement. Secondly, as I mentioned, we are creating a scholarship for small to mid-size chorus directors. These small to mid-size choruses really make up the bulk of our membership, and they often encounter financial challenges different than the larger choruses. We feel that it's essential that we allow these directors to access the education that we are offering. And we are so pleased that Mary Ray, a member of the EDC and the Board of Directors, is working on this effort now. The EDC discussed at our last meeting the criteria and application process, and we are hoping, with the final details being ironed out, that we'll be able to launch this in 2022. Third, I want to tell you about a new initiative that we're starting, and that is the Travel in Tune. In the April pitch pipe, we've included details about this program. Educational information is being uploaded to an app called the Travel in Tune app, and will also be available on our website. The idea behind this is that Sweet Adelines can travel around the world virtually from region to region and experience the unique education that is offered around the world in different regions. We're hoping that this will allow them to feel the togetherness that they have not been feeling since we can't all meet together. We're very excited about the creative offerings that these regions have been making. And as a matter of fact, I want to say how amazed and impressed I've been with the way in which Sweet Adelines have adapted to this difficult situation. And we are so grateful to you for having provided the financial support that's necessary for us to keep these programs moving forward. When donations are made and scholarships are given for one Sweet Adeline, we often see the ripple effect that affects other members of the organization. And I want to introduce you to a young member of Sweet Adelines who has done just that. She's passed on the benefits of her scholarships to others. Here is an interview with Jessie Leov. Jessie is a member of Sweet Adelines in Region 35. As a matter of fact, she's been a member of Sweet Adelines since she was 13 years old. She's been on the international stage with the Christchurch City Chorus and sang in a quartet called Zeal, who won a third place medal in the Rising Star contest in 2016. Jessie is involved in the Young Women in Harmony in her region and served as the chair of that committee. She has inspired a lot of young singers, and I know you're going to be very impressed when I tell you about some of her credentials. Welcome, Jessie. So good to see you.
For having me. Yeah, nice to see you too.
Now, Jessie is a very accomplished New Zealand composer, arranger, and musician. She has a very diverse background in the arts. In fact, she has been working in live music, arranging, coaching, composing for theater and screen, and many more things. At 17, she launched her own business, Jessie Leov Music, which offers learning tracks, arranging, score editing, transcription, composing, songwriting, and teaching voice and piano. In 2018, Jessie was selected to receive the very prestigious Bev Sellers Scholarship, which she used to complete her degree at the University of Auckland. By the way, she graduated with honors. In 2020, Jessie was selected as a recipient of the Sounds Community Commission to compose a new a cappella work for a women's choir in collaboration with the Nelson Bays Chorus. She was also awarded the University of Auckland's Douglas Muse Composition Prize for her choral work, Nunc Dimittis. She is also involved in a collaborative project with a New Zealand playwright and author, Francis Steinberg, to compose the score for Steinberg's children's play called Old School. Her other collaborative theater project, Take Back the Universe, was selected to be featured in the inaugural New Zealand Music Theatre Company Music Theatre Unleashed concert at the Civic Theatre in Auckland in 2019. I understand that we're looking forward to a launch of this project in 2021. Sweet Adelines awarded Jessie an Arranger Scholarship in the advanced level of the Arranger Certification Program, also made possible by the support of donors. In 2021, Jessie will complete her master's degree in composition at the University of Auckland. It makes me so happy to see that the future of Sweet Adelines is in good hands with people like Jessie who are taking the leadership roles now. And I know that the donations that you have made, that our generous donors have done, will continue to provide advantages to other Sweet Adelines through Jessie's work. She is a fine example of what these donations do to assist these young musicians in being successful. Jessie, welcome again.
Thank you. Thanks for your kind words.
You know, we're all so happy that you are a Sweet Adeline. And I wondered if you could tell us how you got started in Sweet Adelines at the age of 13.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, it was actually thanks to my mum, which I think seems to be quite a common story amongst Sweet Adelines. So it was my first year of high school, and mum had joined our local chorus just a few years earlier. And I think she just decided to bring me along with her to rehearsal one night. And the rest is history, really. And I just stayed forever.
That's wonderful. Well, your Sweet Adeline involvement has provided leadership to the Young Women in Harmony program. And how has this affected your life? And what do you think has been the benefit of this program to young singers?
Yeah, I started as the Young Women in Harmony coordinator for Sweet Adelines NZ, so Region 35, back in 2017. So that was kind of my first involvement, because in Nelson, where I'm from, and in my school, we didn't have Young Women in Harmony. So when I became coordinator, that was my first sort of foray into it, which is really exciting. And I found it honestly really educational experience for me. A lot of it's organizing opportunities for young people, and sort of putting workshops together and sort of opportunities for young women to experience barbershop maybe for the first time, but also through Young Women in Harmony quartets and choruses from schools around New Zealand. They get to compete in regional competitions, and hopefully they get to go on to the national competition, which happens each year. So it's really exciting program. And so yeah, in 2017 is when I started that, and then this year I've moved on from that role, and I'm now sort of leading Young Singers in Harmony, which is the organization that kind of delivers a program for young men and young women together, which has competitions. And yeah, so it's all very exciting. I'm honestly just really grateful that I get to sort of help provide the opportunities that I didn't get to have myself when I was that age. Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, I understand that you're teaching barbershop to young singers in your school as part of your job. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I started that honestly just a few weeks ago, which is when our school term starts here in New Zealand. So it's exciting. It's a school near me in my nearest city, which is Hamilton. And yeah, so I'm working with, so they have a really great chorus there, and they've got a bunch of quartets which are just getting started as well, and all working towards the regional competition, which is in June. So I go in once a week, and I'll have little coaching sessions like with each quartet, and we'll do some sectionals for the chorus, and it's really exciting. It's just so cool, the enthusiasm of these young girls, like 13, 14, 15, and they're just so excited. I'll show them videos of like the international competition, and they just love it, which is, yeah, it's so cool.
You have benefited from the scholarships that have been given from Sweet Adelines, and I know it's made an impact on your life. So these are made possible by the generosity of the donors who give of their own free will. Can you tell them what impact it's had on your life?
Yeah, no, this is a great opportunity for me to just say a big thank you to those donors, because the scholarship that I received made a really big difference to me in my last year of study, which was a huge year. It really just gave me the opportunity to like make the most of my time studying in my honors program and take advantage of like lots of opportunities that have really helped to propel me forward in my career. So their generosity does not go unnoticed. It's much appreciated by myself, and I'm sure the many other young women who've also benefited from these scholarships too.
You're a composer. I've actually listened to some of your music on your website, and you are an arranger. So because you were selected to receive our scholarship from the Advanced Arrangers program in Sweet Adelines, I wondered if you could tell us, for example, who is your arranger mentor?
Yeah, I'm working with Marcia Zwicker for my second year in the program. So my first year I was with Kay Bromwich, and then yeah, with Marcia for the second year, which has been really cool. And we've put my second year has been on hold while I've been doing my master's degree. So in August, we're gonna pick that back up. So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, we're looking forward to that too. In fact, we're wondering, and are we going to get some barbershop music from you, or what are your goals as an arranger?
I'm hoping to get some of my arrangements sort of onto the competition circuit. Like that's definitely a goal of mine. I think, obviously being a composer, I am sort of interested in creating original barbershop music. So that's something you could probably expect to see from me, yeah, sometime in the future.
Excellent. When I looked at your website and when I look at your qualifications, I see that you're involved in so many kinds of music, and it made me wonder what keeps you in Sweet Adelines when you have all those other outlets. What keeps you involved in Sweet Adelines?
I guess when it comes to barbershop, like it's sort of was one of my first loves really in the world of music, because I was so young when I started. So it was quite like a formative time. And yeah, even if, there's some times when, I'm not as active maybe in choruses and things like that, but it's always going to be something I come back to, because I think often it seems with Sweet Adelines, it's one of those things that once you're in, like, you can't get out. You're in for life. It's, yeah, I think like a cappella and vocal harmony has always been something I've been really passionate about, like both the barbershop and other kinds. And yeah, so barbershop's always going to be there for me.
You know, we can tell that your activity is benefiting other members of Sweet Adelines and young people. What would you tell donors who are so generous that give the funds that allow us to give scholarships such as you have and will be receiving? What would you like them to know about their donations?
Well, yeah, their donations is what makes these scholarships possible. So it's through their generosity that Sweet Adelines can actually sort of invest in young people's careers and their futures, sort of in the music industry and in barbershop as well. So yeah, the scholarship that I received has really sort of given me a lot of forward momentum in my academic work as well as my professional career. So yeah, I hope that they can sort of see the results of where their donations have gone to, and lots of other young women are benefiting from their donations as well in many different areas. So it's, yeah, I hope they know that it's very worthwhile donating to Sweet Adelines.
Thank you. And I hope you're going to be around for many, many years, but maybe you could tell us up to this point, what's been one of your favorite memories as a Sweet Adeline?
It's hard to pick one. I don't know if I have a specific one, but I've had a lot of really special times with my quartet that I sing in. Through we've done lots of competing and performing, and we just spend a lot of time just having fun together, which is, yeah, that's been a really special part of my time as a Sweet Adeline. And also being able to sing with my mum has been very cool. So we've competed in 2 international competitions together with the Christchurch City Chorus, which was, yeah, so those were really special experiences too.
Great. And if you do look forward to the next part of your life in Sweet Adeline, what would you like to see in the next 5 years for yourself and for Sweet Adelines in general?
In terms of my barbershop involvement, I'm really enjoying working with young people. So through Young Singers in Harmony and through my actual job in schools as well. So I'm definitely will be continuing that. And obviously getting back into the arranging program after my master's finishes. So be finishing my 2nd year, and then I believe after that happens, you submit another 3 arrangements, and then that's what's assessed to hopefully become a certified arranger. So that's definitely a goal. Yeah, I'm hoping to get more active with quartetting again, because obviously that's been sort of on the back foot for a little while. And career-wise, I will be finishing my master's and hopefully finding some new opportunities, expanding my portfolio with as a composer, and yeah, just seeing where it all takes me.
Wow, it sounds absolutely wonderful. And we're looking forward to hearing about all your new accomplishments and projects and the launch of those wonderful theater projects in New Zealand. That will be exciting. Thank you so much for being with us today and for sharing your knowledge and enthusiasm for what we're doing together as Sweet Adelines. And certainly with a touch of the worldwide aspect, it's wonderful to have you. Thank you, Jessie.
Thank you. Thanks.